How are you doing today? My name is Jamie Free. I'm with Collective Health and Wellness. What we're going to go over today is meal composition and how to structure a meal correctly to allow for your blood sugar to stay steady. So, I haven't labeled the meals as breakfast, lunch, and dinner because everyone has a different schedule. So I wanted to look at our first meal and what those components are. So the first thing that we should have in our first meal is protein. Protein is the basis of muscle function, muscle recovery. It's going to allow you to get a little bit of what you need right off the bat into your body. Then we have slow burning carbohydrate. So this is going to be for consistent energy throughout. Then we have fast burning. That's going to give you a little boost right off the bat. It's going to hit your bloodstream and it's going to allow for you to have a good burst of energy right out of the gate in the morning. Couple that with fibrous carbs. And good fats. Now, the reason that we put everything in this meal is because that's when you need the most nutrients. Right after a fast, which is sleeping, or if you're fasting in general, then coming off that, your body is going to need all those nutrients. It's also going to need to be satiated. These two right here help satiate the body and satiate hunger. Fats will also dull the insulin effect of the fast burning carbohydrate, allowing you to have more consistent energy. So if you balance out your breakfast, you're starting out with a much better base for your day. Your energy will be better and your productivity will be better. As we move to the second meal, we're looking at protein again, a slow burning carb, a fibrous carb, and a good fat. Most executives that I work with will go out to lunch on a pretty regular basis, and I'm usually walking them through a menu and allowing them to understand that you can pretty much eat anywhere and still get a healthy meal. So looking at this, if I was going to, let's just say, a place like Chipotle, we're looking at, you can either get chicken, beef, or you can get the tofu they have there if you're a vegetarian. You have either a rice or a bean there as a slow burning carb. You have your fajita vegetables as your fibrous carbs, and then you have either guacamole or cheese as a good fat. And what that's going to do, similar to the morning meal, is going to have consistent energy without a crash in the afternoon. So you want to balance that out to make sure that those components of that meal are going to allow you to have a better afternoon. Because normally people hit about 2 o'clock and they're either reaching for an energy drink or they're reaching for coffee. And at this point, what we want to do is fuel your energy by food. So as we get to finish up the day, you obviously don't need as much energy going to sleep. So we're going to go with protein, a fibrous carb, probably 2 of those, and a good fat. Fats tend to slow the absorption rate of how things absorb in the bloodstream. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to have more consistent blood sugar while you're sleeping or in the evening. Instead of having those cravings for, say, something sugary or something salty, this is going to balance that out really well because it's not going to have your insulin all over the place. It's not going to spike your blood sugar and drop you. It's going to be nice and consistent. It's giving everything your body actually needs throughout the night, and it will give you the opportunity to wake up without feeling like you had a huge hunger pain in your stomach because your insulin hasn't dropped immensely during your fast at night. So in terms of components of meals, meal 1 is always going to be a little bit larger of a meal, in my opinion. And I don't care when that meal is. It could be at noon, if that's the first time you eat. But you're going to have protein, a slow burning carb, a fast burning carb, a fibrous carb, and a good fat in there. And then we're slowly going to cycle out the fast burning carbs from the first meal to the second meal. So you're having protein, slow burning carb, a fibrous carb, and a good fat. And then we'll cycle out the slow burning carb, and we'll just have protein, fibrous carbs, and good fats for dinner. What that'll do is it'll give you consistent energy throughout the day, and it'll give you the opportunity to balance out your blood sugar. And that's ideal for weight loss or any sort of weight goal that you have. Thank you, and we appreciate you.